I can remember when I was about 7, picking some flowers from the garden and setting up a little flower stall and realising that it was on the side of the road. It was actually on a sort of the little entrance to the house. Realising cars had gone past before they saw us, so I sort of picked the stall up and moved it into my neighbour's garden because that way the cars could see them, getting into terrible trouble from the neighbour. But I always wanted to be in business. You know, it was just, I don't remember the first time. I always knew I wanted my own business.
Is that, do you think, a common trait of the entrepreneur? They don't learn it. They don't want to be. It's in their DNA.
I mean, there are things you can definitely learn. You know, I learn every day, and that's true. I'm not just saying I do learn every day. That's key to being an entrepreneur. But I do see some quite common characteristics. You know, we might look different, we might speak differently, we might have different backgrounds, but there are definitely some common characteristics, I think, amongst entrepreneurs.
You are an investor on the hugely popular British television show Dragon's Den. What in particular are you looking for from the people who are pitching their products to you?
Fundamentally, I'm looking for people with good judgment. They've got a good nose for it. That's what entrepreneurs have. They've got a good nose for it. They've got a really clear vision on what they want to do and what they want to achieve. And I've got to trust them. You know, I've seen some fantastic businesses, but I haven't trusted those people. That's trust in terms of, are we going to be able to work well together? But it's also trust in terms of, are they going to understand and be able to relay the picture about their business to me? So trust is a really big thing for me.
Okay, so trust, but then how do you know? Does the light go on when you see a good business idea?
Absolutely. I mean, actually, two things happen. Sometimes something comes into the den and you think, oh, that's amazing. And I get excited. I can feel that excitement. And then as we unpick it, I think, oh, that's not going to work. And sometimes things come into the den where you think, no, I'm never going to invest in that. I'm going to invest in some towels, for goodness sake. I mean, that wasn't a new invention. But the entrepreneurs were fantastic. They presented their business in a different way. They explained why these particular towels were going to really take the market. You know, and there is definitely that moment where you think, oh, I had no idea I was going to invest in that business, but wow, that's fantastic.
Now, let's talk about the B word and the C word, the B word being Brexit and the C word being COVID. Have they, or will they, have an impact on startups?
Yes, definitely. Because what I always say with business is that, you know, even the best business in the world has the right time. You know, timing is everything. So you've got to question yourself in this environment. You know, at this moment, is this the right moment to launch this? And the answer might well be yes. It might be that it actually can take advantage of the current situation. But the answer might be actually no, things need to settle down a little bit. I can see that this is a business, but I probably need to do all the planning now and we'll actually launch it, you know, the other side of the B and the C word.
And what advice do you give to entrepreneurs or potential entrepreneurs who failed, or the best way for them to handle adversity or risk?
I can only talk about the way I handle it, which has set me in very good stead. I don't like the feeling of failure, but I don't live in the feeling of failure. If you live in the feeling of failure, you get scared about doing it again. You know, I beat myself up for about 30 seconds and then I think to myself, right, now what am I going to do about this? And that's the best thing to do. There's no point running things over and over. There's a point in running things over and learning from it, but not over and over and over, because all that does is chips away at your confidence. And being confident is a really, really important part of being a successful entrepreneur.
Deborah Meaden, thanks very much for joining us on The Agenda.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.